So we've come to visit a really good friend of ours, and she's got 3 goats. Now Emma doesn't know that our friend has got 3 goats. Good boy! Look at him! This is going to be well funny. So Emma don't know that our friend has got these goats because she's only just got them. Come on, Bob! Good boy! So I'm gonna tell her that I bought her a goat. Come on, Bob! Do you want to surprise Emma? Emma? I bought you a goat.
What the hell are you doing? Where have you got that from, Daisy Dawn? Where have you got that from? What are you doing? You're not bringing it in here.
Why? I can bring it in.
No. No, where have you got that from?
I found a goat. Look, he wants to eat up
Reese,
brambles.
where have
Emma.
you got it from? Don't be ridiculous. Where have you got it from?
Can I bring it in van?
Why have you got it on a lead?
Can I bring it in van before?
No! No! Why have you got it
Look,
on a lead?
it's Byron. Look, it wants to get in.
Where is it? Where has it come from?
It's Nicola. Nicola's got them. She's got 3 of them. There's 2 more coming.
Hello? Look at Daisy. Hello? Hello, are you gorgeous? I thought you were serious then for a minute. I wondered where you picked it up from.
You're lovely, aren't you?
What's it called?
Bob, this one. There's 2 more coming, look.
Look at him, Daisy, the goats. Look at him. Nicola, what's the other ones called?
Ebenezer and Bob. No, Ebenezer, Bob and Jacob.
Jacob. You're not bringing them in van though, Reese, because they'll literally
Why?
eat everything. Because they'll eat everything. I honestly thought you were serious then. You have brought me a pig before.
I know.
I thought you were serious.
I said to Nicola, I said she's going to proper fall for this. Look, he's having his dinner now. I want him on my thumbnail. Bob, come here, you're going to be on my thumbnail.
Bob.
Bob's like, I don't care. I'm not interested.
Come on then. Come on.
Perfectly normal thing to walk a goat through a car park.
Come on, you can come with me. It won't hurt you. You just want your mammy, don't you? Yeah. I've got to move my microphone up because it's a bit low. And I don't want you nicking it, because if you eat that, we'll all be in trouble, won't we? I were a bit worried that it'd be too hard for me, like they'd pull me too hard.
They just walk like little dogs,
But he's
don't
walking right nice, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're so good, aren't you? Look how clever you are. Yeah. You walk at my pace as well, you're quite slow. That's all right.
We do some weird things on Romany Pirates, don't we? I think walking a goat literally tops the table, doesn't it, Emma?
I might be changing my mind about getting one now.
You like him now, don't
So
you?
cute.
See, we can put him in van.
He's so cute.
We can put
Can
him.
you get like ones that are smaller than this, or do they all go this big?
Jacob's probably about as small as you get.
He might be a bit big for van race.
Yeah. So I once bought Emma a micro pig.
It want micro. It want micro.
It wasn't micro. If you don't know that story, I bought her a micro pig and she made me take it back. So then when obviously I turned up with a goat just then, there was a slight doubt that I might have done it.
Christmas morning, parents arriving for dinner, house stinks of hay, hay everywhere, pig running around my kitchen. Come on. We took him home to his mum. Oh, my shoelaces come undone. Wait a minute.
How are you going to tie your shoelace?
He's good, he'll wait for me. He's good. He's
Look at
right.
Bob.
He's right well behaved.
Hang on, Bob. Come here. There we go.
This is better than walking Daisy, to be fair. Right, wait, Jacob, because I'm a bit slow with me fastening. Because I don't bend down well. Don't butt me, because I'm not starting a fight.
Oh, look at Jacob's like that'll go viral. I might
Just
do
because
it.
I've got my head down does not mean that I'm starting a fight. I'm just fastening my shoelace. Hang on. I'm not strong enough to hold you. Right, wait, this way, come on. Where are we going? Jacob, come on. Oh, he knows his name. Come on. You're so cute.
They are actually stronger than they look. Bob's like proper pulling me here.
Don't you like being stroked? Oh,
No, I don't like
we
it.
don't like that, do they? Under his chin. Oh, it's like Daisy. Ah, that's it. Have you managed to keep him in clothes so far then?
I love
Always
goats.
wanted a goat.
Absolutely love goats.
One day, if we get any land, we'll get some goats. I just worry though, like how you containing them, like, because they just eat everything, won't they?
Oh no,
Come
we've
on.
got a situation.
Oh,
Bob, come here.
come on.
Come on,
This
Bob.
way.
Emma would be picking him
Come
up,
on.
wouldn't she, like she does Daisy?
Could get it a
The
pram.
big goat in a pram.
Would you like a pram? You can join it.
Should be
Yeah,
getting
you
him a
want
pram.
one, don't you? Come on.
What are you
Would
doing,
you like
Bob?
a pram?
Come on, Bob.
Where's the van?
Good boys. Sit. You're not doing that. Sit.
I find it really hard because I want to cuddle it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't cuddle it.
No.
You want to give it a big squeeze, don't you?
You could cuddle him.
You want to
You could
squeeze
pick
him.
him up. It's easy.
You want to squeeze him, don't you? Hello.
I reckon you could pick him up.
Hello. Yes, I don't want to be cuddled. When I go see my island cow, I'm going to give it a big kiss and a cuddle.
Who was that, Daisy? Who was that? Yeah, we've just circled back to visit a few friends. So I knew Nicola had got these goats. She's only had them a week, but Emma didn't know. So like, right, we're gonna prank her. What have you got, Emma?
My blowtorch, my new blowtorch. Look at this. You can start fire really quick. That is absolutely epic. That is the best thing ever. That I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah, so we've just got a couple of little jobs to do on the cottage. So we're like, right, let's go do those couple of little jobs on the cottage, circle back and visit some friends. So Nicola had messaged me and she was like, I've got some goats. So I'm like, yes.
Reece,
get
that was the
in.
best thing that I've ever done. I really enjoyed that.
It was because of the pig, wasn't it?
No, I really enjoyed that, but I were a bit like, I thought, no, something's not right here because it's got lead on, but I were a bit, you just never know what you're going to do, and I thought, no, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. It was absolutely brilliant. Have you ever walked a goat? If you haven't walked a goat, you need to walk a goat. You need to go for a goat walking exercise. That was fantastic. She could hire them out, couldn't she?
It's therapeutic,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is, yeah. I really enjoyed that. If you're wondering why we haven't done too much filming like around the van, we're waiting because I'm doing loads of work on it and I don't want to show anybody until it's properly finished. So we're trying to keep it focused on this area until it's like properly done, because I'm doing loads and loads of new stuff on it. So we're going to do like a proper van tour and show you it all, because it's absolutely brilliant now. It's really coming together, but we've still got quite a bit to finish off yet. So van builder never done.
Yeah, we're going to do like a full tour once Romany's finished, because she's already looking so different. And yeah, we're going to do like a full van tour pretty soon. So we can't wait to show you it. But yeah, we're going to be careful with the angles and stuff, because we don't want to kind of give too much away at the moment. We want to see it when it's, we want you to see it when it's absolutely finished and it's like, this is the final. I say final, like Emma says, like nothing's ever completely finished in a van, but the final dream van that we've always had in our heads is almost there. So yeah, we'd been to Rotherham and then a few laybys, and then we're thinking about going to Grimsby. Never been to Grimsby before, but it's one of these other places that kind of gets a bad rep. I'm sure it'll be epic once we get there. But yeah, we're going to go to Grimsby, and then not quite sure what the plan is from that. There's so many plans for kind of 2026. We're going to do Scotland, spend quite a bit of time up in Scotland, Spain, Portugal, France. Ireland is definitely on the cards, but we're not sure when the best time to go. We're thinking possibly either July, September, but as you know, we never really plan. So yeah, there's lots coming up on life on the road in our little van. What are you growling for? What? Is it going?
Yeah. It's just because we left a bit of wood in there, so I'm guessing it's probably got a little bit damp. I said to Reece,
You're gonna what?
She's like, what are you? I said, I'm going to burn some at Van. He's like, you're going to do what? You're going to do what? I said, but it's when you kind of go down, you just scorch it to make it look a bit, it just gives it a bit more character, doesn't it? Because a lot of the wood that we've bought, some of the stuff that we've got is like reclaimed stuff, but the bulk of the wood that's done that kind of lines the van out, if you like, is new stuff, and it's that tongue and groove stuff. And the reason I got that is it's so light. It's so light, it's kind of a bit malleable, it's easy to use. And so that's the reason why I got that stuff. But it's very bland in it, do you know what I mean? It looks really... So I want to sort of scorch it in a few places and just make it look a bit more older. Because all the other furniture we've got and all the other bits of wood are all reclaimed wood. So I want to just kind of bring that in. Oh, I think it might have caught now, you know.
So if you're new here, we're Emma and Reese. We travel all over the UK and Europe in this camper van called Romany. And then on a Friday we film all topics around van life in front of little Lenny. Here, days are barking. In front of little Lenny, our little log burner. And then Tuesdays we love to explore. That's our primary reason for living and travelling in a van, is because we love to explore places. We love seeing what the UK and Europe have to offer, and so that's essentially our primary reason for doing it. So yeah, Tuesdays are all our travel adventures and what we get up to actually visiting places.
In it? I've got a hole in my crochet.
There's a snake in my boot.
That's not good, is it? Because it'll unravel.
Yeah, talking about, I mentioned there kind of travelling in a van and that being our primary reason for living and travelling in a van. A lot of people choose to live in camper vans because it's almost like the rent's too much or the mortgage is too high, that kind of thing. And our kind of primary reason initially, and still is because we love to travel, like we love to explore, don't we?
Yeah, and it gives you sort of freedom as well, doesn't it? Do you know, like it gives you... I think the fact that it does reduce outgoing bills and things like that gives you freedom, because you've got kind of more disposable income, if you like. You maybe if you don't have more disposable income, you've got more time, you know, to do things. So because you're not working as much, because you don't have to outlay as much. So I think it's travel, but it's that freedom that it gives you, you know. And I think maybe it's worth doing some kind of vlog on something like that, actually, to go into it deeper. You know, and to look at... I was thinking last night about how much van life kind of changes you as a person. And it does. It changes you so much. And it changes you in ways that you would never imagine. You know, you could never imagine, like, the ways in which it just changes your thought process, how you feel about things around you, all sorts of things. And I think we should do a vlog on stuff like that.
And we're also going to do a vlog on what if, and I've mentioned this before, what if you've got a job in a city, but you don't want to pay the city prices in rent. I think it'd be really cool to do like an experiment of, can we live in a city to show people?
Yeah, because
like,
we move around quite a lot. And
because we're constantly moving, you've seen, like, we can be from one side of the country to the other, can't we? And it's like, could we actually live in a city and... You know,
yeah,
if somebody were living in a city and working in a city, is van life an option for those people? That'd be a really cool thing.
And you see that more in like America and stuff, don't you, where they've got a much more leeway to kind of park up somewhere for a week or 2 weeks. That's their limits. Whereas ours, you know, for courtesy, a lot of it is just like, you know, 1 night, 2 nights, and then places where you can park, a lot of that's just 3 nights. So that'd be quite difficult, actually.
I think we could probably pull it off. It'd be interesting. I think we should do that.
It'd be good to see if we could spend a week somewhere.
It would.
And how far you'd have to move.
Because there is a difference in people that, and this is where the whole topic of what is a van lifer comes up, doesn't it? And you sort of have it on repeat, especially on the groups and stuff on social media. Because you have people that primarily live in vans, as I say, due to rent and stuff. Now, those kinds of people often, not always, but often tend to set up and then they just stay there. You know, Glastonbury, Bristol, places like that are well known out there for people setting up, and that's their permanent home in one spot. And, you know, I wouldn't class that as van life. I think van life is where you're travelling in a van and you're living in a van travelling. That's just personal. Everybody has their own kind of interpretation, I suppose, don't they, what van life is.
It's because you all get grouped into one category,
yeah,
but actually, you know, whether it be nomads or van lifers or, you know, that you get grouped into one category and you're not one category. That,
no,
you know,
people are doing it for different reasons.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, of course they are. It's like there's different reasons why people rent or pay a mortgage, or, you know, like everybody does things for different reasons.
They do, and you know, our situation will be different to somebody else's situation, will be different to somebody else's situation. But I think that would be really cool to see if we could kind of move around the city, but where it's still accessible to go to work if you've got a job in the city.
We all live in different ways, and there's a lot of people kind of Like, they treat the vans differently as well. You get a lot of people who will have like a really tiny little van and it's really basic and it's just got a bed in there and the necessities. And they gain so much from living that way and from that experience. And it's a place to kind of lay their head down, but they still love it as much. Whereas for us, the van's more like, it's our little home, it's our little cottage on wheels, do you know? It's like, it's well, for me, I think more than Reese. For Reese, it's like a mechanism to get from A to B. For me, it's a really cosy, safe little haven. It's my safe space, and you know, when I'm inside here, I forget that I'm even in a van. You know, sometimes you can be sat here and you hear something outside, especially if you're in bed and you're like, oh, what's that? And then you realise, yeah, I'm in a van, so obviously people are walking past, aren't they? But you feel like you're in your own little house, and so it can be a weird feeling that you forget that you're parked up on a road and people come past it morning walking the dogs and shouting the dogs, and it's a really weird feeling. And I think, sort of, I don't know, there's stuff, so much more that you can explore about that sort of stuff. Sometimes when you're doing vlogs, you think, what we're going to talk about, like what we're going to do, because we've done this and we've done that, but there's always so much more to explore and talk about with being in a van, because it's such a different way of life for a lot of people, and because you're learning so much as you're going along. There's always a new experience and something new that crops up, new friendships, new things you learn about yourself. It's like endless, you know, there's always so much you can still talk about.
Yeah, so even like you know, even me and Emma have different reasons why we live and travel in a van. For me, I mean, I love Romany and I absolutely love this, you know, log cabin cottage feel. It literally feels like a little tiny house on wheels. But my primary reason is because I want to travel. I want to explore as many places across the UK and Europe and beyond, actually, as I can, you know. And so everyone has their own reasons for van life, and you often see it, especially on the forums and the groups and stuff, where people say, oh, you're not a van lifer unless you do X, Y, and Z, and we don't like that, as you know. We don't like that thing of excluding anybody, because everybody has their own way of doing it. You know, and so people are quite opinionated on what they think a van lifer is. I don't even like, believe it or not, I don't even like the term van lifer. Like we say, and I say van lifer, because everybody understands immediately what you mean by that, but I wouldn't necessarily class myself as a van lifer. I don't really like putting myself
as a hippie. I won't class myself as a van lifer at all, really.
I'm just very much free-spirited. Like, I don't really like to class myself as anything, you know, and it's I'm a little bit like that song Bittersweet Symphony, where it says I'm a million different people every single day. Like, you know, sometimes I like to wear my cowboy hats and things like that, and other times I just like to, you know, be warm and comfortable. Like, my mood constantly changes. And so I don't like categorising myself as anything, do you know what I mean? So when we say van lifer, it's just because people understand that term.
And really. I think there's an element as well with that where you sometimes, what are you doing? I think there's elements to that as well, like where you can get attached to things. So you can get attached to working a certain job and a certain title that you've got, and even though you might hate being in that job and you might want to get out of it, or you might be tired of it, you still, there's an attachment there you've worked really hard for, and you get attached to a house that you live in, and you can get attached to the van that you are, and you can get attached to the title of being a van lifer or a nomad, and then you're kind of stuck in that, you know, you've got to follow that path, and that's one thing that I don't want to be caught in. That's, you know, so even though we may use that terminology because people understand it, it's not something that I want to get caught in. That's why I suppose I class myself as a hippie, because in my mind that's just the whole thing around being a hippie is being free. It's inside, it's in here, it's freedom, and it's from within. Because I think, you know, you don't know in future, do you, where are you going to end up? You don't know. People, you see it all the time, people who travel in vans and who've done vlogs that suddenly end up settling down in, you know, Portugal or Spain or America or wherever, you know, and they travel and they do different things, and then you've put yourself in one little box, and then it's going to be hard to separate from that box that you've put yourself in, not just in terms of vlogging, but in terms of how you're feeling yourself. It's going to be like a loss moving on from that. And so I think it's really important that we are who we are, and this is a mechanism of where we travel and what we live in, you know, as much as we love it, because I don't want to get caught in that. It's hard when you separate from what you used to. So I think that ever-changing thing and ever-developing and ever-growing is just good for your soul. It's good for your, you know, your mind and your soul, and your future, and you know, you're learning about yourself all the time. Aren't you, Daisy? You're learning about yourself all the time, aren't you? How long can I go without a biscuit?
I think I class myself as a pirate. That's why we're called Romany pirates. The reason why I class myself as a pirate, everybody laughs at me, is like, just because like of the whole, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean thing and that whole kind of freedom to explore, I guess. Like that's where, and obviously I've got dreads, so everybody like thinks I look like a pirate. But yeah, just that kind of whole roaming free, like exploring, that wanderlust for adventure, you know, and that's why I don't like giving us titles, even though I do like, and we always say, you know, van life. You know, we were doing van life actually before we knew what van life was. I don't know if we've ever told you this story, but we started van life for a number of reasons. But one of the reasons was just because I hate flying, and so I just Googled. I had a motorbike at the time, and I just Googled, can you drive to Ibiza? We wanted to go to Ibiza. And I didn't even know if that were possible. Like, never heard of van life. A little bit before Instagram really took it off and all that kind of thing, and YouTube and all that. And so I just Googled it, and we bought a van without knowing what van life was. So we were doing van life, you know, 13, almost 14 years ago now, without actually knowing it were called van life or it had any label. I was just like, can you live in a van? But yeah, so we were doing van life before it ever became a thing, you know, so we didn't even know what it were called at that time. And so yeah, when we sort of say van life, we understand that people do it for different reasons and people have their own opinion of what that means. But for us, it's simply just how we live our lives, and we just call it something because you've got to do so people understand as quickly as possible what you mean by that.
It's very varied, and it brings you lots of surprises, doesn't it?
It brings you lots of surprises. Exploring places brings you lots of surprises. I'm looking forward to seeing what Grimsby's got to offer, because Grimsby's got such a bad reputation, but it didn't used to have, did it? It used to be kind of the world's biggest fishing port, and so it's kind of gone into decline and stuff like that. But I don't think it'll be as bad as what people say it is, because it has, like, you just Google it and it, you know.
Well, it's not far from Cleethorpes, and Cleethorpes is nice, isn't it?
Cleethorpes is all right from what I can remember. It's not far from Hull, and I think Hull's all right. I've only ever been to Hull once, but do you see what I mean though? There's so many places you've heard of that we want to explore, and yeah, that's why we kind of film inside the van like this on a Friday, just nice and casual chit chat stuff about van life and what van life is like. And then on a Tuesday, it's what we get up to, you know, and these places that we just love exploring.
I think there's that element as well of exploring places that are not like Instagram perfect.
Yeah,
they're not
we
just
like that,
little beautiful villages. Like, people live in cities.
That's where living and travelling in a van is really interesting, because you get to see so many different aspects of life, about how culture changes ever so slightly, accents change obviously, don't they, from place to place, town to town, city to city, and it's just really interesting to kind of see how other people live, and you kind of get this bird's eye view, I guess, of the whole country, as where a lot of people, I know people personally that have never left their town, they've never ever left their city or town, and they've no idea what the world is like outside their little town. And I think travelling and living in a van gives you that bird's eye view perspective of so many different people and places, and that's essentially why we like to go to places, you know, like Rotherham, and like we're going to go to Grimsby, because they're kind of places that you would never usually go to, but that we find interesting, and hopefully you lot do as well. I nearly touched him then with fingerless gloves.
That's not a good idea, Reese.
I nearly touched him with fingerless gloves.
That's not a good idea at all. You will burn yourself.
It's like that Ozzy Osbourne story, if anybody's read the Ozzy Osbourne, one of Ozzy Osbourne books, and he nicks this TV and he can't understand why he's been caught, and Copper says to him, next time you pinch some at Ozzy, make sure you haven't got fingerless gloves on. I love that guy. So I'm going to go and do these couple of jobs now, back at the cottage, and get that done, and then we can take off towards the northeast, towards the east coast, to go check out Grimsby. So this is your Fireside Friday. I'm not even sure how long it's been, so it might be short and sweet, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little chit chat about whatever this has been about.
The variety of van life.
It's like the van life variety show, this, isn't it? Goats talking about van life. So yeah, we will catch you on Tuesday to explore the one and only Grimsby. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, keep writing your own story.